We are delighted to have you here at our third annual Young Playwrights Festival here in Traverse City. The Young Playwrights Festival is an educational outreach partnership project presented collaboratively between the Institute for Arts and Creativity at the Wharton Center, the City Opera House, the Old Town Playhouse, and the National Writers Series. Showcasing original works written by high school students and directed by Traverse City area directors, the festival provides an opportunity for learning to occur on multiple levels through the art of live theater.
So my play is named Circadian Rhythms, and I was in a psychology class in college then, and there's obviously a term named Circadian Rhythms, and I just kind of stuck with the name, and it just kind of plays along as the main symbol of my play. It's kind of questioning how mundane people's lives can be and how, you know, where we put our blame for our lives becoming so stagnant, and just where people will go from that sort of perspective.
Terry? Well, look who it is, dear. I haven't seen you, Terry, since... Was it the wedding?
Yes, the wedding was the last time. That's the first time I met Meg, too. Well, would you like to have a seat and reminisce, maybe?
Terry, wasn't that the year your first book was published? I believe it's lying around the house somewhere.
It came out a week or so before the wedding, coincidentally. I think it was my wedding gift to the two of you. I wanted to write a book about a man who lived in a foreign country, but that just went downhill. So then it became a story about a writer who meets all of the main characters of classic literature. I still don't know how well people understood what I tried to put across. I realize it may have been a tricky read.
I still have to read it. I think it's still sitting on our bookshelf. Isn't it, Jonah? You know, Terry, just a month or so ago, Jonah here wanted to call you up for coffee. I said it was a great idea.
That sounds good. What happened, though?
He forgot. Like he always does.
It was just going to be a little get-together as old friends, you know. I wanted to hear how your next book is coming along.
Oh, well, actually, that's what I've been working on for quite some time now. It's going to have a very dystopian atmosphere.
Dystopian, huh? I don't even know what that word means. But anyway, it sounds like another marvelous work of yours. It'll definitely sit alongside your first book on my shelf.
Oh, listen to him, Terry. I doubt he even made it through the first 40 pages trying to get all of those big ideas through that big numbskull of his.
Will our regular customer like anything else? I mean, it comes in here every day, scribbling away, so who knows, right? Have you two read any of his scribblings? Maybe he'll make his next masterpiece right here in this very cafe.
No, thank you. I've had enough.
Terry, I must ask you, because you are a literary man, published author, impressive, unlike Jonah here, as the writer you are, how are you? Really, how are you?
If you must know, as the writer I am as mundane as ever.
Oh, pish posh. You watch too many movies, you hermit. Get out, travel the country. Write a novel on that. Bam! Bestseller. You can even put my name in the acknowledgments.
What would I call it? Yeah, The Sad American. That's what it would be called. But how mundane and dismembered it would read, and maybe the main character loses his peace of mind in the end.
Don't talk like that now. Mundane? You need a book that'll sell, Terry. Give the people what they want. You remember, you only live once. You have to make this chance as if it were your last.
If people didn't want anything, I wouldn't exist as a writer. And I don't. It's clear how few people actually read my book. It's like I'm writing as a ghost. I'm a specter among these cars and these people passing by, a mere wisp of breath in the fleeting memory of an absolutely precarious people.
I don't understand, Terry.
Meg, look at me. What do you see?
I don't know, I need my glasses.
It's not a question of glasses. What I am becoming is what many of you already are. Wandering am I in a meaningless state, relentlessly struggling. I see what you see, but I deny it. I deny the normality, the mundane, seemingly pointless existence we all tend to be living. Communally, as a people, we get up, we get down, but to what end? Where am I?
Terry, you shouldn't beat yourself up like that. You're just as special as all of us.
Unique would be a better word. As I was saying, where am I? A coffee shop in a small town. I'm not unique, for I'm becoming no different than anybody else. I'm not here, for I'm enclosed in a cage.
Okay, but we were all taught as kids and even as adults that this country was born upon the specialty of all people, like we are all individuals, each unique and special. Something like that.
And cracks in the pavement only tear so much. Lest there be any change in the rhythm, your life and my own remain relentlessly the same. Indeed, we were taught that. But attention to detail dictates that a state of union is a state never subjugated to change. This state of union is a calamity of American thought and has become a mindset.
Terry, I am a psychologist, as you know, and with my experience, I know where you stand. To me, you're just confused on your identity and role. You're just...
If anything, Jonah, my situation is both more simple and more miserable than that. Of course, you know of circadian rhythms.
The biological processes that occur on a 24-hour basis. Yes, what of it?
Precisely that the rhythm of this life of mine has remained in an utter state of monotony. The rhythm reverberates, dry and droning, as if I'm a grain of sand being ceaselessly pounded upon by waves of torrential wake, drowning, sinking in a sea of the abhorrence of normality. I'm the iron a blacksmith pounds into shape on his anvil, but I don't form, and I don't break. Consistencies of the same old life routines reject yet establish my sense of pity. Strife in our lives pervades invisibly. My eyes perceive you as the visual representation of a tree without fruit. You don't know your own worth. I don't know my own. Purpose is deafened in our minds. We don't perceive it.
Where are you going with this? I mean, if what you feel is true, then what are you gonna do? I mean, you don't mean you're gonna take your own life, do you?
Meg, I'm not a risk taker. I couldn't do such a thing. But as lonesome as I am, you too are the only real connections I have. My publisher and I only work on a business style of cooperation.
Terry, stop kidding with us. You're beginning to frighten me and Meg even worse. Here's my card. I want you to come by the office sometime, preferably soon. I think I may be able to help.
Jonah, you don't understand. And don't try to pull your will or push for my better fortune, it's pointless. I can only define my problem to myself. You may listen further if you want.
Terry, you may go on, but let's not be too drastic.
Oh, but of course, Meg.
Now, to continue, you were talking of your life as if it were such a pity. Will you please expand upon this?
Pity would sufficiently describe this parable of lost sensibility, if you will. Insisting upon such a panoramic grief, why would anyone persist? Merely because you would rather live your life in an empty shell of prolonged pity. This pity has become the very lifeblood of our frame. But I can't question this too much longer, for my words are failing. And my will to keep my steps from falling into sync with yours is faltering. I don't jest. Who knows? Maybe a life sparse of meaning will token me to a further guidance. I don't know. You know, who knows? Do I even want to know?
Terry, why don't you come by the office tomorrow? I will set an appointment for you at any time of your choice.
You said it yourself, Jonah.
Come again?
You said we only live once. This is now the mindset you've brought me to. This becomes my pity. This becomes my waste.
Terry, please, don't talk like that. Dear, can't you do something to comfort him?
No, Meg, thank you. It'll be all right, you two. Just leave me alone for some time, okay?
Terry, are you all right?
No, I'm fine. Reprieved of myself, even. But not relieved from this trifle. Oh, no, I will never be released. For who am I to deny the consistency of confusion? It's even as confusing as to why the only two friends I have left haven't even read my book. Maybe I'll become like the protagonist at the end of my book. God, my watch has stopped. Well, I guess it's time to be going. Oh, and look. It's gonna be raining outside, too.
Have a good day, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I'll try.
Where do you think he's going?
I can't say. Anywhere to nowhere, most likely. He's right. It's gonna rain.
I'm worried what he'll end up doing. What is it, dear?
It's just that Terry seems like that kind of person.
Like, what kind of person?
The kind with a rain cloud always over their head.
Like in the cartoons?
Yes. Just like the cartoons.
The name of my play is Bankruptcy Hearing, and I actually got the idea from a poem that I saw and was immediately intrigued by, and then the kind of idea of the play came from this short poem that had the feeling that I wanted for the play. The play is about two people who are at a bankruptcy hearing, and one of them has a gambling addiction, and the other one is older. Her daughter is having chemotherapy. It's about them, I guess, meeting and the relationship that forms.
please stop that?
Stop what?
That, the cards. Did you hear me? There is such a thing as common decency, you know. Hello? All right then.
What the hell, lady?
Respect, manners, personal space. Are all these foreign to you?
You just attacked me.
Point taken.
Just give me my cards back.
If I do, will you start shuffling them again?
I won't. If you play with me.
Play what, poker?
Texas Hold'em. Go to ante. You win.
No thanks.
Why not?
I don't have a quarter.
Oh, come on. It'll be fun.
I don't want to.
Fine.
Here. Just for God's sakes, don't shuffle them. Don't even think about it.
Come on. I can't just sit here. There's nothing else. I mean, to do.
Hon, I have listened to 36 straight hours of the kind of crying that make you want to scratch your eardrums out. Worked an electric drill for 2 consecutive double shifts, but none of that compares to the maddening, obnoxious, infuriating sound of...
You worked an electric drill?
Yes, it was a long time ago.
My dad worked a drill for 6 years, back when we lived in Brooklyn.
6 years? I couldn't stand the sight of it after 6 months.
He showed me how to use it once. I was scared.
Oh, and then there was that whole jewelry store thing.
What jewelry store thing?
Oh, my boss, he kept hitting on me.
Really? I mean, oh.
Yes, even 40-year-olds get hit on. In fact, occasionally they might even be considered attractive.
I didn't mean...
What are you, 19?
I'm 22.
Oh.
Are you sure you don't want to play with me?
22 and bankrupt. What'd your daddy cut you off?
I guess you could say that.
Good grief, how many people do you think they can fit in here?
Please play with me.
No.
What about you? You want to?
Don't bother them.
Or what about you? You want to play some cards? I know you got something valuable. Come on, sir. You know you want to. I'll take shirts, shoes. You got belts? I know you got belts. Sir, you are wearing one right now, huh? How about a little bet? I got a 6-pack in my car.
For God's sake, stop terrorizing them!
Okay. How about another kind of bet,
my
huh?
gosh.
Right here. Here we go. $5. It sticks to the ceiling, No takers. Okay. No takers. Okay, fine. All right.
What the hell do you think you're doing? How did you even get that in here?
All right. Pay up, you chumps.
No one is paying you.
Well, somebody should be.
Well, somebody's gonna call the police if you don't sit your ass down.
I can't.
Why not?
What wasn't it for me? I don't get anything out of it. I'll have to go the eventually whether I'm sitting in a chair or unconscious on the floor.
Okay, calm down. You don't want to sit? You don't have to sit, but let's talk about something else.
Like what? Like, what if I have to go, like what if they go in there to find my bleeding carcass on the floor? They still drag me in there and take away everything. Actually, that's a pretty good bet. Hey, Who wants to beat me up, huh? You know you want to beat me up. Sir, look at those muscles. You got there. Come on.
Do you have a favorite book?
What about
Movie?
you, ma'am? Right here.
Video game? Virtual reality thingy?
I won't fight back. Scout's honor.
Okay, you don't want to talk about you? Fine. Let's talk about me. Ask me why I'm here.
Come on. No takers. Jesus Christ, fine. Why are you here?
A better question would be to ask me how I am coping.
What?
You want to get to know me better? Ask me how I'm coping.
Who said I wanted to get to know you?
Oh, you asked me about my job, didn't you? And when I answered, I shared something about myself, and therefore you now know me better, which is what you must have wanted, because you asked me in the first place.
Have you gone completely batshit insane?
No one is listening. No one cares. There are no more games! What else is there to do?
I don't like getting to know people.
It's a better distraction.
How are you coping?
Not the best question.
You know, if you don't tell me this stuff, this getting to know you thing becomes more pointless than it already is.
A more productive question would be to ask, how am I so calm?
Okay. Okay. How are you so calm?
Do I look calm?
Yes.
No, I don't. My hair's a rat's nest. I've got bags the size of bathtubs under my eyes, and I'm not wearing any makeup.
That doesn't mean you're not calm.
Have you ever seen a calm woman not wearing makeup?
What about me? Do I look calm?
I used to be able to leave the house wearing nothing but my skin, until it started sagging, of course. Now I need to jab myself in the eye every morning with something, well, that looks a lot like that knife of yours.
I hope there's a foot right up there so it...
You want some poor schlub to pay $1,000 for a couple stitches?
I meant the foot of someone that isn't us.
And who would that be?
Queen. Boy, the Brits have it sweet. National health care, you know.
If you like answering to an overlord.
We've got overlords. They're called Wall Street. I had a smooth-talking uncle who's one of them. You know, he used to come over and come over... You had?
My daughter. She's 12.
Oh.
Her father's rich, also gone.
Bastard.
Anyway, those hospital bills really cleaned me out, and, well, with everything else Chloe needed, it's no wonder I'm sitting here.
You still got the house?
Maybe not after today.
All I got left are these.
You're lucky you only have one back that needs clothes.
You never answered my question.
I told you, chemo bills. Oh,
Not that one.
I have to cope. For her.
Do I look calm?
She doesn't let me cry in front of her.
Do I look calm?
So it all comes out at night, after she's safely tucked in bed at 9 o'clock. I think it's ingrained now. Soon I'm not going to be able to see the number 9 without sobbing. I wonder if there's a word for that.
I really want to know if I look calm.
She asked me to sing to her last night.
Can you just answer the damn question?
I'm a terrible singer.
Why are you...
It's the only thing that really distracts her.
Can you just answer the question?
Tone deaf. My high school choir conductor told me. But the way she smiles...
Okay. Why the hell can't you answer a simple question? Do I look calm?
Yes.
I do.
Look at your hands.
How did you...
I know sick.
We've been here for a while.
Mm-hmm. Want me to tell you about the time I was mistaken for a drug dealer?
Please do. And then I could perform open heart surgery. Knife.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get that down.
Here.
Yeah.
I can't quite.
What's your name?